This is Pratishtha, your IELTS trainer, and I hope everyone is doing great today. In this session, we are going to focus more on our listening skills and see what kind of questions do we get on listening. Besides this, we'll also focus a little bit on the original audios that are given by the IELTS exam. So let's take a look at what is the schedule for today. Today, we will do IELTS listening strategies. We will explore strategies to improve IELTS listening, learn how to approach different question types. So what are the different question types that you get in your IELTS? Engage in listening activities to enhance comprehension. So we will do original listening activities so that we are able to understand our skills. And then we will practice managing time and focus during the IELTS listening test, because again, we have done this before in the previous lessons, and we know how important it is to manage time and focus. So what is the IELTS listening test? The IELTS listening test is divided into 4 parts with listening passages. It's like listening comprehension. You will hear the recording only once, and you will have to answer based on that. The test will be for 30 minutes, and in the end, you will have like some time to write your answers and transfer it into the sheet or do it online. There are different kinds. We have multiple choice questions. So you'll be given a question and then you will have 4 choices to pick the answer. You will have matching question. It's also possible. Usually you will also have some sort of form that you need to complete, some sort of notes, table, flowchart, any kind of completing thing that could be there. Then there is sentence completion. It's just like fill in the blanks. And then you have map or diagram labeling. So you have to label a diagram. Those are the kinds of questions that you have. Again, the effective strategy, although we have discussed it before, but it is just skimming through the questions so that we know, we have an idea of what is expected from us. Listen for keywords. So I would say that one of the things is listen to your keywords, right? Because those are the most important things. If you know what the question is about, and if you are able to recognize the keywords as well, you'll be able to find the answer. Predict the answer. Based on the audio, you should be able to predict as well. Stay focused. Focus is the key, right? You need to stay as focused as possible. And don't panic if you miss something, because again, panicking will make you not complete the other questions as well, right? So if you have left something, forget about it right now, right? Once you have time, revisit that question. If you feel you can predict the answer, good, but choose the best option that you have. Then you have managing time and focus. Again, you need to manage your time, practice active listening as much as you can, practice listening. Move on if you miss a question. If you feel you have missed a question, don't waste time on it. Don't panic. Just move on. Use the 10-minute transfer time. So whenever you get any kind of extra time in your exam, just use that time to go ahead and double check your answers, or maybe start reading the questions or try to predict, but use those extra times, right? Use allotted time between sections. So after every section, you will have a small pause, and you can use that small time to read the questions properly. So we will see how we are applying those sort of strategies into our when we do the questions. So we will apply those strategies into that. Some common mistakes in IELTS is not reading the instructions, right? So if you don't read the instructions, that is, I would say, a common mistake, because sometimes it's written that use only one word, right? And you feel like you can fill in 2 words, or sometimes it's written use 2 words or use not more than 2 words. Writing the wrong number of words. So pay attention. Yeah, again, it's the same thing. Pay attention to the word limit. Misspelling answers. Again, if you misspell something, make sure your spellings are correct. So if you have misspelled something, you are going to lose marks on it. Misunderstanding numbers and date. Make sure you are listening to the correct dates, because sometimes they said a day, they might say in the audio a day before Wednesday, and you only listen to Wednesday, right? So things like that. Getting distracted. Even if you lose focus for like a few seconds, you're going to go off track, right? So I would suggest not to be distracted. It's just those 30 minutes, and that is it. So we will do all these things. We will listen for keywords. We will do sentence completion. This is something that we have also done in the previous lessons. How to improve your listening skills? Again, listen to a variety of material. Focus on understanding what the main idea is. So focus really on the main idea. Practice listening under test conditions, right? So take practice tests. Make sure you have taken ample practice tests so that you have an idea what will IELTS have. And then review and analyze your mistake. Again, make sure you are reviewing whatever mistakes you have made, and you're just not keeping it till there. So I will share my screen now to the activity that we are going to do. This is the IELTS test that we will do today. So I am going to play the audio now, and it's from the beginning.
Cambridge IELTS 9 by University of Cambridge ESOL Examinations, published by Cambridge University Press. This recording is copyright. CD 1. Test 1. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a man phoning to inquire about a job vacancy. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4.
It's from 1 to 4. So it's type of work, number of hours, work permit, work in the dash branch, nearest bus stop, and pay rate.
You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good evening, King's Restaurant.
Good evening. I'm ringing about the job I understand you have vacant.
Oh, yes.
The job vacancy is at a restaurant, so a restaurant has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Good evening, King's Restaurant.
Good evening. I'm ringing about the job I understand you have vacant.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to find out a few more details, if I may.
Yes, of course. Can I take your name?
It's Peter Chin.
OK, Peter. Well, if you want to ask about the job, and then if we're both still interested, we could arrange for you to come for an interview.
Great, thanks. I'm afraid I missed the advert for the job, but heard about it from a friend.
That's no problem at all. What would you like to know?
Well, what sort of work is it? Washing up?
It's answering the phone.
Oh, right, fine.
And not waiting at table.
That'd be good. And how many nights a week would it be?
Well, we're really only busy at the weekend.
So 2 nights?
3, actually, so it would work out at 12 hours a week.
That'd be fine. It wouldn't interfere with my studies.
Are you at the university?
Yes, first-year physics student.
Oh, right.
And because I'm not an EU national, would I need a work permit?
Yes, you would. Just get your tutor to sign it.
That wouldn't be a problem if I were to get the job. Where exactly is the restaurant?
Well, we have 2 branches. The one we're recruiting for is in Hillsdon Road.
I don't know that. How do you spell it, please?
It's HILLSDUNNE Road.
Got that. Thanks. Is it near a bus stop?
Yes, the nearest one would probably be just beside the library.
Oh, yes, I know it. That'd be fine for me. And could I ask about the pay?
We're offering £4.45 an hour.
That's very good. My last job was £3.95 an hour.
Before you hear the rest of the
5 to 10.
conversation, you have some time to look at questions 5 to 10.
Qualities. Interview arranged for Thursday. And then ask for the name. References.
Now listen and answer questions 5 to 10.
We feel it's pretty good, and we also offer some good fringe benefits.
Really?
Well, we give you a free dinner, so you eat well.
Right. Better than hostel food.
We certainly hope so. And we also offer extra pay for working on national holidays.
Oh, that's a really good perk, isn't it?
Yes, we think so. And then because of the difficulties of getting public transport, if you're working after 11 o'clock, we drive you home.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well, we'd certainly be interested in inviting you for an interview, if you're still interested.
Oh, yes, certainly. Could I just also ask what qualities you're looking for?
Well, for this particular job, we want a clear voice, which you obviously do have.
Thanks.
And you must be able to think quickly, you know.
Well, I hope I...
So, when could you come in for an interview? We're actually quite quiet tonight.
Sorry, I couldn't come tonight. Or tomorrow, I'm afraid. Thursday's okay. That'd be 22nd of October?
Fine. After 5 p.m.?
Yes, fine. Would 6 o'clock be okay?
Perfect. And could you bring along the names of 2 referees?
Yes, that's fine. No problem.
Good. I look forward to seeing you.
Oh, by the way, who should I ask for?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. My name is Samira Manuja.
Can you spell that, please?
Manuja.
Okay. I've got that. Thanks very much.
Look forward to seeing you later on, then.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
So that was pretty much your section 1, right? This is how you will complete section 1. And then we will move forward and go to section 2. So this was just fill in the blanks. It was pretty easy. Section 2 here in this particular is fill in the blanks as well. Then you will move forward. It's more of a multiple choice questions. So you have to choose the correct letter A, B, or C. So you have to choose the correct multiple choice. Then you have choose 2 letters A to E. Which 2 pieces of information does the speaker give about the fitness test, right? So it's that. Then there is again MCQ kind questions, right? So you will be talking about MCQ. And then once again, you have a little bit of fill in the blanks questions. And that is pretty much it. This is how it will end. Different tests can have different kinds of audios and the questions. That is really on the base, like that really depends on the particular test that you have. But overall, these are the only kinds of questions that you usually get. So moving on, we will not go any further. That is the only thing that we will have to do. So what we did today was we learned some strategies, which is looking at the keywords. This is something that we have already done before. We discussed some common questions and tips for answering them. Again, the focus here is on your keywords. The focus here is on reading the questions and not losing your concentration. And then we practiced listening activities to improve comprehension, right? So we did a listening activity. I think that was sufficient practice. We will keep on doing more as the course continues. Your homework would be to go and listen to any kind of audio, try to understand it. Even if you don't have MCQ questions or some sort of questions after it, try to understand and try to answer based on it, right? Review your answers. If you can find something online, I would suggest go ahead and do these kind of questions, listening comprehension questions, and review your answers. If you have any doubts, you can definitely bring your doubts in the next session, and I will see you then. So, hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next class.